Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by on my next video. I'm Vince. I don't know if you can see him, Ricky's back there. But you know, today I wanted to talk to you about this shower bag. If you saw one of my previous videos about taking a shower in the desert, I said I was using the shower bag. I think it's pronounced Tadome, something like that. It's a 20 liter, it's about 5 gallon shower bag. And this is the second one. I had one, I used it about 5 times in the pump quit. It's actually not a pump, it's a compressor. It looks like this. And you fill this bag up with water, turn on the compressor, and it shoots air into the bag. And then that air forces the water through your shower nozzle. And when it's working properly, it works okay. Now in my first bag, this pump quit after 5 uses. So I sent the bag back and they replaced it with this one. Now with this one, they sent a little plastic bag with it. And so this, you know, fits in here so to protect the pump. Because, you know, when you think about it, you're carrying this thing that's full of, it's like 5 gallons of water. You know, so that's, you know, pushing 45 pounds. It's really not that easy to carry. It's kind of awkward too. And then you have this thing just hanging. I mean, that's the design, it hangs. Or they should have had a piece of Velcro on it or something, so after you connected it, you could slap it on the side of the bag, so at least it'd be off the ground. But anyway, on the second bag, this pump worked one time and then it quit. In fact, you probably can't see the screen, but if you can, it's been like that, it just froze. And I'm not going to mess with this anymore. You know, just it's 65 bucks down the drain. But I'll show you what I did. I made a hack using one of these 5 gallon water jugs, which I'm sure you've seen these around. They come like this or possibly a little taller. And I used some of the stuff from the shower bag. Let me tell you about another problem they have. And you know, and this proves to me that they really didn't test it, because if they did, testing it with somebody out in the desert like I am and Ricky is all the time, they would have known, no way is this going to work. So on the bottom, this is how the hoses connect. Now they did have wire ties around these connections, but when this water heats up to 100 degrees, see this, now I have a wire tie here. This didn't come with a wire tie connection. So when you're giving yourself a shower with the warm water, this would pull off just like that. Drive you nuts in the middle of your shower. I added this. They should have added it at the beginning when they put this kit together. But the other problem is, you can see this is a little valve in here, which ends up being connected to the compressor. So what this valve is supposed to do is open up when the air is being pushed in and then close so the water can't leak out, because this is just going right into the bag. It didn't work. If you didn't watch your bag and if it was sitting the wrong way, you would lose all your water. It just happened to me just last week, and that's when I got angry and said, you know, forget this thing. I'm going to go to the blue water jug. And I wouldn't use it, I wasn't using it with this. I was using it with this compressor. This is a compressor I got with a paddleboard. I got a paddleboard last summer for my birthday, and in Oregon, and somebody stole it. I had the paddleboard for about a month and a half, and somebody stole it in Oregon. Yeah, don't ask me about the people of Oregon. I'm not very impressed with them. You know, about 75% are really stupid. But anyway, so I used a different fitting, and I would put it right into this hose right here, and it worked a little bit, but it kept coming out, so it was a pain in the butt. So anyway, I wasn't going to bother sending this back. And it burns me up that Amazon sells stuff that really isn't ready to be sold yet. They do it all the time. I bought some solar panels that were just garbage. It cost me $62 to ship them back. I was just so angry about that. And I think the moral of my story is I'm not buying any more cheap crap on Amazon. because they're not testing anything out. If you have the proper credentials, you can become an Amazon seller. They don't have a million people testing out those products. But anyway, let me show you what I did with this 5-gallon jug, because I think you'd be able to do it too. So I'm going to hold this up. It's on the ground, and we're inside the van because the wind's been blowing about 20 miles an hour for the past week, all day and all night. So this is the cap, and so what I did was I unscrewed that little spigot on the end of their cap, because I'm going to use this to inject the air from my compressor. So I'm going to put this hose right in there, and I'll show you how I'll do it. So this would fit, one of your paddle boards, or actually I have an inner tube too that this works. And so there was a couple tabs on this that got in the way, so I cut those off. And then I push this in, let's see, this way. It actually has a little, if you can see that white piece there, actually has a little washer there too that kind of seals it. So then I take the hose and screw that in. Make this as tight as I can without breaking it. So now I'm going to have an airtight seal into the jug. Bear with me. And what's really amazing about this, I'm going to use about 5 to 10 pounds of air pressure. This jug is going to hold that air pressure. So this will be an air-activated shower until I run out of air. So you got to put that on real tight. Then I'm screwing this into my compressor. Now, of course, you can use any type of compressor you have. I know you're questioning, how's this going to hold air? It really does. Don't ask me how. Now then, to power my pump, I'm just using a lithium battery that is actually, it's a jump starter, plus you can charge up your phones and stuff. So I'm going to use this for the pump. I'm just going to turn it on for a second because it's pretty noisy. So you can see that it's holding air pressure, and I'll loosen this up, and you can see it comes out. All right, now then, you need a shower nozzle with a good hose. And so what I did, I just yanked this right off. And here's my hose. So I'm going to put this into the blue tank, about this deep into the tank. Now the hole I'm using was, this blue tank has the air inlet, the little cap on it. So what I did was I drilled the top of this air inlet. It's really awkward doing this in here, but it's so darn windy outside I won't be able to, you'll never hear me. So I drilled the hole in that air inlet just a little bit smaller than this. So you really have to push and get this in. So I'm going to get it in this far, or maybe a little less. And you got to twist and push and turn and push. And you go back and forth and push and turn. It's worth the trouble. Just in a few more moments, you're going to see how well this works. And probably what I'll have to do is, I might have to seal this, this air opening here, because air, I'm pretty sure, is going to be able to escape. But right now, this, with the rubber hose or whatever this stuff is made out of, pushing on against the hole that I drilled, it holds it pretty tight. But this isn't the cure for my shower. I'll tell you what I'm going to get as soon as I get this thing in there. Got another few inches to go. All right. It's going to be kind of hard to see. Whoops. Comedy of errors here. It's not easy to do. Plus, I'm using a microphone. But anyway, you can see how long this, or how long this hose is. And then too, you can set this on a bucket also. So what we're going to do next, I'm going to move the camera. We're going to go outside. I'm going to turn on the air pressure. And you'll see how well it works. The wind's really blowing. Oh, I'm praying that this is going to work okay. All right, bear with me. So we're done with this thing. Yeah, this thing is a pile of junk. So again, hopefully you didn't buy one of these, but this bag doesn't make it. Okay. I got about 1.5 gallons or 2 gallons in that. I just took a shower yesterday and it worked great. I gotta move some stuff around. I'll be right back. Well, hopefully you can see this. So I have my hose pushed into my blue 5-gallon container, water container. I have my compressor piped in through the spigot cap. Got to make sure this is real tight. And now I'm going to turn on the compressor. I think you can see that. I'm going to shut it off. And that will hold this pressure for quite a while. So now you can take a nice shower. And really these blue bins warm up the water pretty quick. And you could always spray paint this black. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a backup shower. I'm just going to buy a battery powered pump with a shower hose on it, and they sell them for around 40 bucks or so. And then I'll get a collapsible 5-gallon bucket that has some kind of top to it. And so this way you just drop the pump into your bucket and then you take your shower. It's much easier than going through this, and a lot easier than going through that other bag I showed you. Okay, hopefully this video gave you an idea. Let's see if it still works. So I've had the compressor off for a minute or two. So you can see that works really well. And that'll spray like that for a long time. Pretty sure you can see that. I don't want to get everything all wet. All right, everybody. That's it. Thanks a lot for watching.